Hello everyone, it's me, CaltMBC, and welcome to a redstone video. So today I am going to be showing you this amazing kelp farm that I have designed, and this kelp farm is extremely efficient. It produces kelp extremely fast, and also it's very customizable. It's even got an auto smelter that smelts the kelp for you. So yeah, by customizable, I mean that you can tell it what to do with the kelp. By flicking these levers, you can control whether the kelp is put into storage here, just the raw kelp, because of course, raw kelp can be used to feed to turtles or for decoration, or you could, or you can also tell it to put the kelp into the auto smelter and smelt it into dried kelp, which can be eaten or turned into dried kelp blocks. Which, of course, the auto smelter needs fuel, so you put fuel into this chest and it'll put it into the auto smelter, which the machine recommends you use kelp blocks for fuel, because you can easily just take the dried kelp out of here, craft it into kelp blocks, and then add it into the chest. Not only that, but if you leave both the storage lever on and the smelting lever on, it will equally divide all the kelp for you so that you won't have to do that. Also, this lever here just turns the entire farm on and off. So basically, if you want to turn off the auto harvester and just let the farm grow for a little while, you can do this. Anyways, now I'm actually going to show you how the machine works. So first of all, we've got the actual kelp farm, which grows all the kelp. And yes, this is the actual growing speed of the kelp. It may look like it's growing fast, but it's not. Because if I do game rule random tick speed, it shows me that the random tick speed is currently set to 3. And then we have this machine, which this is a simple two-way flying machine. And it flies back and forth, just breaking all the kelp. And so when the slime block machine gets to one of these things on the end, it'll basically activate the observer and make it go in the other direction, as you can see right here. And then the kelp floats up here into this special water stream I've designed, and it flows onto these slabs. Which you might be wondering why these signs are here. Well, these signs are here so if you leave the kelp just to grow, it won't grow this high. Because if it grows up to the water, it will actually mess up the water stream, and it'll break the whole system basically. And as well, you can see that on the edges there are bubble columns that help the kelp just go up faster. You might be also wondering why there is no kelp growing in the middle. That's because if a kelp grows in front of this observer, it will mess up the whole flying machine. Anyways, the kelp will flow into this side, and then it is picked up by this minecart hopper, which brings it all the way over here and deposits into these other hoppers. This circuit simply stops the minecart hopper from becoming completely full, because if the minecart hopper has enough to power all the way to here, this piston will extend, making it so the hopper will just go back and forth until it doesn't have as much kelp in it anymore. Then all of that kelp from the hoppers will flow into this chest, where it is picked up by this minecart hopper. Here it deposits the kelp, and you can see it has the same circuit from earlier, where if the hopper is too full, it'll keep going back and forth until it empties. Also, on these chests, you can see here the hopper will stop until the chest is completely empty. The problem is, what if the chest has more than 5 stacks? The hopper will get stuck and remain there. That's what this circuit is for. When it goes by here, it'll go through all the repeaters. That way, if the hopper is here on this powered rail, it will be powered and it'll go back up. And as well, there is this pulse extender to make sure that when the hopper is going back, this piston will extend and it won't trigger this circuit again. All the kelp will make its way into this minecart chest, which will evenly distribute the kelp between these two hoppers depending on which levers are flicked. So now storage is off because this hopper is powered. Now storage is on. Now smelting is off because this hopper is powered. Now smelting is on. The storage kelp will flow into these chests and eventually make its way here, where you can see all the kelp eventually flows in. The problem is, if this fills up, it'll just keep going up until this hopper fills up. Then all the kelp will just flow into smelting. In smelting, the kelp flows past over here and makes its way into this hopper up here. This hopper is detected by a comparator, so if it has at least 23 kelp in it, this repeater will be powering this block, powering this redstone signal, which goes down here and turns off that powered rail, also powering this signal, powering these repeaters that'll come over here and power that hopper, allowing it to go back and forth and distribute the kelp. The reason for this entire circuit is because if this hopper just picked up less than 23 kelp, it wouldn't all be evenly distributed into the furnaces, and only like the first or second furnace would get kelp in them. This circuit just evenly distributes it. Also, this repeater delay right here is designed so that the hopper will go over there and it will be powered one more time to go back, and then this powered rail will be turned off. All of the kelp flows into these furnaces where it is smelted and put into the chest. Of course, I know I mentioned earlier the fuel source, which you would put in this chest. Then all the fuel would flow into this here hopper, where it would set off this comparator here, turning off this torch, turning that torch on, then turning this torch off, which would power this, allowing this powered rail here to turn off so that all the fuel could flow into this minecart chest and be distributed along this. Now all the kelp will become smelted and flow into this chest. As I mentioned earlier, if the storage fills up, all of the kelp will flow into smelting. But the issue is, if smelting fills up, that can cause a lot of problems with the entire machine. So I've created a system that if this chest fills up and all these hoppers fill up, the kelp will flow down here where it would be dispensed into the lava and destroyed. This prevents this from overflowing. Just to demonstrate, I'm filling all of these hoppers with kelp to show how this mechanism works. Now you see the kelp is just being dispensed into the lava and getting deleted. Now, I think I have pretty much explained the way this machine works, but now I'm going to get rid of all the kelp and reset everything. That way I can do a bit of a time lapse to show you just how fast this machine produces kelp. Alrighty everyone, as you can see here, I have cleared both of these chests. And I have also let the kelp grow a little bit just to show you how this machine handles large quantities of kelp at the same time. Alrighty, but I think it's about time to start the time lapse, so let's turn this machine on. Alrighty guys, so it has been relatively 10 minutes, and as you can see, this kelp farm has produced many stacks of kelp. Look, how many is this? 1, 2, 11, 2, a whopping 12 and a half stacks of kelp. And it still just keeps flowing in. This machine is extremely efficient. So, if you want to build this in your own Minecraft world, there will be a download link for this world in the description. That way you can go in and look at all the redstone circuits. And also, this farm is infinitely expandable. You can just expand this as far as you want. So, yeah, it's a very efficient farm and also very laggy. I do apologize for all the lag. So anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later. Bye!